Y'all already know what time it is. Y'all know how we do it. Let's go. The 8 wave, do it side to side. The 8 wave, do it side to side. The 8 wave, do it side to side. The stakes get higher, best believe we gon' ride out. The 8 wave, do it side to side. The 8 wave, do it side to side. The 8 wave, do it side to side. The stakes get higher, best believe we gon' ride out.
What's going on, Aces fans? It's your boy Tony Tig alongside my sister
Julissa.
And we are the Aces After Dark podcast, the
People's Podcast.
And make sure you check out these interviews that we did with the people from this last game. Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Tony Tig, and I'm here with
Sharvithia,
Listen. This is the connect you need to know right here. So I have to know, how long have you been an Aces fan?
Since they've been here, honestly, I grew up in Las Vegas, so I always wanted a WNBA team here. When the WNBA first started, my parents got me like all the cans and all the cards from when like it initially started. So I've always been a WNBA fan. So once the Aces came, I've been a fan since.
Okay, so you gotta let me know, when they won their first championship, what did you do?
Scream. Me and my wife literally going crazy at the house. I wish they would do that fourth game, because that was game 4 for us, that fourth game here in town, so that we could be in the building, but we were just screaming at the top of our lungs that first championship. We ran right over to Dick's as soon as the game was over to cup that championship gear, and it was just amazing. Great feeling. I loved it for the city.
Now, you do the gear too, but tell me why you do it, because, the people, you go to Dick's and you can go to different stores to get them, but tell me what inspired you to get involved in doing it?
What inspired me was just wanting a different feel, because, we got the Aces logo. That is something that I kind of catering to, maybe the younger crowd, where, we like that vintage. We like the faces, the big faces, the different things. So that's kind of why I went to the shops. I didn't really love it because I don't really like the whole logos and just the simpleness of it. I kind of wanted something that brought me into it. So that's what I was looking for. And let me just try and make a couple shirts and see what happens. And my first goal was I've only printed 10 shirts and they sold. So I was let me just keep trying this a little bit. So nothing major, but I'm just it's like a hobby for me though. I love it. I just like having different things. And even when people hit me up hey, can I cop one? Yeah, sure. But it's I just love doing it. I like seeing when I see people wearing the little shirts that I've made. I'm just that's a good feeling. One day I Player Society is goals.
Yeah.
I love everything they do. That collaboration, that everything that they have. That's every time I say that's freaking goals. But you gotta move on, do better things one day. But I just the little hobby that I'm doing right now. It's pretty fun.
You heard it here, folks. This is the one you need to follow, because she's helping blow the Aces up. So we greatly appreciate the time. And remember, Aces After Dark. Shout out.
Aces all day. Beat the roses.
Hey.
What's going on, everybody? It's your girl Julissa back with the Aces After Dark podcast, and we got another Aces fan in the house. What's going on?
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm blessed. I'm here about to watch the Asia drop another 30.
Another 30. Okay, so who are you excited to see play today?
Asia, always.
Asia, okay.
I'm going to leave my wife for it.
Asia, I don't know if you knew, but you got a husband here waiting for you. Okay. Did you watch the game last week?
I was here, season ticket holder.
Oh, season ticket holder right here. And how did you feel about the first game? Do you feel like we met the bar of your expectation?
We got the dub, but at the end, hands up on defense.
Okay.
Hands up. That's the only downfall. Them hands got to be up all the way around.
Okay, cool. If you had a message that you wanted to send to all the Aces players to encourage them, they just got their $100,000 from the city, what would you say to them today?
It ain't nothing I need to say. Go out there and play ball. 3P coming home.
3P coming home. Thank you so much for your time. And can we get a shout out to Aces After Dark podcast?
Shout out Aces After Dark, man.
What's going on, everybody? This is Tony here with Aces After Dark, and I am here with
Caroline, Robbie Lynn.
Hey, so how long have you been Aces fans? And tell me what got you to be an Aces fan.
For me, since last year, and it was actually because of her. She said, the Pride game was my first game last year, and then that's how it started.
Nice.
For me.
What about you?
Since they came here.
Hey, so how long has that been? Since they've been here?
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, nice. So who's your favorite player?
I
like Alicia Clark.
Me too.
That's wifey on the low. We're gonna keep that on the low.
Yeah, Alicia Clark.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, is there like any particular game that you're looking forward to seeing most of this season, or you just are like as many as you can?
Yeah. We got the season.
Season tickets.
Or season ticket holders.
So we just want to come as much as we can. Yeah, like all of them.
Okay. And have you heard about the hype with Caitlin Clark and everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're looking forward to that game. It's already sold out, so
Right.
looking good. She's getting in the groove of things, but I'm sure she'll be ready for us when we play.
Well, thank you for supporting.
Of course.
And once again, this is Tony Tick with Aces After Dark.
Aces After Dark.
So I hope you enjoyed those interviews. Shout out to everyone who stopped to speak with us. Make sure if you arrive early, at least an hour early before the game, come talk with us. We're right outside of Starbucks, so right as you're walking in to check in to get into the game, come stop by and talk to us. We'd love to talk to you. We're going to have some giveaways as well. How did you feel the fans' engagement really helps with the Aces and their success overall?
I felt great. I had so much fun interviewing everyone that I talked to, and it was cool because the ones that I talked to were season ticket holders. So it's good to see the different faces that support the girls, day in and day out, and all the fans that we really have. I mean, it feels like one big family when you go to an Aces game.
And it's legit. So that's one thing I was really, really, really excited to see. Now, going into the actual game was the Sparks. The Sparks always tend to bring a good challenge to the Aces, especially De'Erica Hamby coming back. And her actually being she's probably the one option right now, right?
I think so. I feel like she's the one option with the Sparks right now. And I feel like her game has just transitioned to like a new level, because from watching her play from the Aces, she has always had game. But now it's like she's elevated in a way that she, like you said, she the one option. She added more things to her bag. Like I see her ball handling skills and going to the cup. This is like way different.
Absolutely. And one of the things I did see in her pregame interview, she talked about heading back to Vegas on YouTube. So take a listen to this and you can kind of see where she was.
So you're going back to Vegas.
Yeah.
You're going to play the Aces. How you feeling about playing the former team?
I feel good. Definitely different emotions than I had last year returning. I was a little sensitive, and I wouldn't say sensitive, but just very emotional about it. But I'm a big girl now.
Other than time, what do you feel like has changed between now and then?
I would just say mostly time. Time heals everything, and I just feel like I'm in a good place mentally. So yeah, it's just one of those things.
So in seeing that and listening to that, her being able to just embrace just playing back and not having so much emotional baggage that she did maybe the first time, made her really, really, really focus just on her game. And then now being able to be paired with Cameron Brink, right, with Lexi, with Kia Nurse, being able to really formulate a solid core there. They really, listen, we came out and then they hit us right back in the mouth. And they really made the Aces work.
Yeah.
But one thing that really, really was a pleasant surprise, and I'm sure all of you knew, is the appearance of Kate Martin.
Kate Money Martin?
Kate Money Martin playing in this game. What did you think about her coming? We were there, so what did you think about when the arena, the noise, and the energy and excitement with her entering the game?
So anyone that goes to an Aces game knows that we get hyped. Like, that's just part of our culture. That's part of the DNA. But there were 3 times when the arena was the hype, the most hype. When the start of the game, when the players are coming on the court, we're about to play. The miss twice, get a slice.
Hey, miss.
And when Kate Martin entered the game,
Right.
the arena was hyped to see her on the floor.
It was like, and you can feel the energy when she shot that first 3.
Yeah.
And it goes in. And one thing I really, really love about Kate is just even how she entered the league, right? She was in the audience. Wasn't invited to. She was in the audience
crazy.
to support Caitlin getting drafted.
That
Or
is
with
wild.
Gabby and Stuckey and the rest of the teammates from Iowa. And to hear her name called, one, it shows how great of a coach and GM that we have with the Aces to know talent and what's needed at each step of the way.
Yes.
So for her to go from that to having to fight for one of a couple of positions, which, listen, she worked her butt off and made the final cut along with the Asia Fair. Mm-hmm. And to do that, and then to not play, get a DNP the first game, and then to play significant minutes. You're talking about 26 minutes.
26 minutes.
That says a lot of trust that not just Coach Becky, but remember, we have an MVP, we have all-stars on this team, championship winners on this team, to also embrace and recognize that she is a benefit to that team. So I think this is probably one of the most Cinderella stories that we've seen in a minute in basketball. But is that what you kind of feel too?
Yeah, definitely. And I just want to applaud A'ja Wilson. Not just because she a Leo like me, Leo gang, but Asia's leadership skills, oh my gosh. Like, I'm just really impressed with the way that she gathers and rallies the troops together to lock them in, to be like, yo, we're going to get this win. And I don't remember what she said. I don't want to misquote her, but she talked to Kate on the floor, like, do your thing, girl. Like, It's your time, right? And when you got your leader, you got your MVP backing you up and giving you that confidence, you're going to go out and perform, and you're going to do your best. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like everybody on the team feels that way about her, like
Absolutely.
Kelsey says the same thing. When she got that block, they said that's the new LeBron and D-Wade connection at that moment, like she was so hyped. And you love to see that, like, you love to see teammates happy for one another. And that just shows who we are as the Aces.
And that picture with Kelsey Plum, when Kate gets the block in Kelsey Plum's face, like, ooh! That's like, I'm going to get that frame and put that up, because I think that's very iconic. And shouldn't be surprising to Iowa fans. I know if you're an Iowa fan, you already know this about her, but she's very fiery. Cause when you see her, because she typically seems quiet, polite, smiling.
Right.
But when she blocked the shot, she was screaming.
Yeah.
When she forced the Sparks into a travel, she's getting in there.
Yeah.
When she hits the three, she's letting out emotion. And that's part of the Aces DNA, is that we are a team of fiery players who want to win at all costs at the highest level. And with that being said, I know there's going to be some talk about, well, what happens to some of the other players, or that's going to shift minutes around. I think one thing we know about Coach Becky and her coaching staff is that all the players are prepared for the moments that they're in the game.
Yes.
Because 26 minutes this game might mean 16 minutes the next game. It might, the Asia Fair is going to get some looks, right? So I think it's it's understanding that each player is going to have to adjust what moments in time they're going to be in the game, and being able to embrace that. Because I believe there might be some times where we see KB get those minutes, and there might be time where we see Megan start over Kia. Because you were trying to find out, based on the matchup, who was where. Do you kind of get a sense of that, knowing what you've seen so far?
Absolutely. The one thing I will say is that these players, these young women, they trust Becky. You know what I mean? Becky is the leader that they know, and she's the leader that's going to take them to where they need to go.
Right.
And we've seen that time and time. That's why we got 2. We about to get 3.
Knock on wood.
But I think they trust her, and they trust the process. And like you said before, Becky is someone that has played the game, has been undersized, has had all of her own challenges.
Right.
So I think that when she goes into strategy and things like that, she's looking at, like you said, like the best matchup. And it's early, so you're trying to see what is going to mesh, who's meshing well together. You want to know all of that, so when those deep runs do come towards the playoffs, okay, I need to put these players in for this situation, and vice versa. So I trust Becky 100% what she's doing, and I think, like what you said, you're going to start seeing everybody get those minutes in, and shine and burn.
Absolutely. And one of the things that also helps the energy and the camaraderie is that $100,000 bonus from the tourism group in Las Vegas.
Right.
That's something that when I saw that, I was it almost felt like I got the $100K.
Yeah.
But I checked my bank account and my direct deposit was still not the $100K that that they received. But it's definitely good to see, considering the fact that obviously across the board WNBA players are underpaid.
Right.
We should definitely be seeing an uptick shortly with the entrance of Caitlin Clark and all these other rookies coming in the league. But to see that was outstanding, and then to see the WNBA we're going to investigate.
That's crazy.
You put the Inspector Gadget and it's kind of disappointing because that $100K would also encourage other groups from other teams to help support them. I understand, I guess maybe from one of the all is fair kind of rule. That's one thing, but I think in the long haul, it just really puts a bad taste in the mouths of players. And I personally think it was probably one of the owners who doesn't like the A's and doesn't like Mark Davis. Football team probably getting ran through when they football season started.
Wait a minute.
We're gonna put an end to that.
Yeah.
It's always listen. Haters are gonna be there, but hopefully when the smoke clears, that $100K is legit. Gonna stay, and we're not gonna have any ifs, ands, and buts about it.
Yeah, I think it's just unfortunate because, coming as a female athlete growing up and playing basketball since I was a little kid, women we put our bodies through so much to be an athlete. You know what I'm saying? Just like guys do. We're out there lifting weights. We're out there running. We're out there putting in overtime. We're out there getting battled and bruised, hitting all this other stuff. So we got to start rewarding them for that, and also I think it will encourage other young girls to be like, wow, I want to get here and I can also support my family and all of that. When I play, I can, have money and buy the nice things that I need, and all this work would have, not gone in vain. And I think that's a lot of female athletes in basketball growing up, people used to make fun like, oh, you don't even get paid and this and that. And so that is going to change because we're seeing that change right now, Absolutely. And it just needs to continue to do that.
Absolutely. And we're already seeing it across the league where just the games that Caitlin Clark is participating in, the venues are being moved to bigger places, and hopefully that continues once fans of the said team that she's going to play gets to see their players play against her.
Right.
And then you'll be able to see how great that talent is, and then we'll see that affect just an upswell.
Exactly.
Of eyeballs, because listen, entertainment obviously is the biggest factor for any sport that people watch.
Right.
But once you watch the W, you're legitimately like, wait, why were people saying this? So once again, kudos for that $100K bonus that the team got, and I just watching their faces. I do want one of those boom boxes that Asia, if you're listening, please. I would like. I know you got.
You got a list for Asia. You want the shoes.
I want the shoes. I need the boom box. Listen, I need.
And maybe $20. Just
I don't need 20. I just need the shoes and the boom box, and I'm good. We good. So last but not least, let's talk about the upcoming game. We have a rematch with the Phoenix Mercury coming up, and then we also have Caitlin Clark coming into town, at the T-Mobile. So that's that, and even that at the bigger arena still. So
because how many seats does the T-Mobile one hold?
About 18,000. Okay. As compared to like about 10 for the for the Moore Michelob. But I'm excited for I'm excited for both games. Obviously with Phoenix, they gonna want their get back,
right?
Because they felt they had a chance to beat the Aces in that first game. We went up early. They roared back, and then we put them away. They finally got their first win, so now they have a little momentum,
right?
And now they're gonna try to get their get back.
Well, I don't think DT's gonna have 7 threes against us again. I don't think that the same strategy that we went into the first game is gonna happen when we play them again. So I think we'll be even more ready for them because we gonna go and watch the film, kind of see what they can do, and adjust accordingly.
That should be good. And also in Copper, she got her footing in the last game that they just played. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. And going into the Indiana Fever game, so they are going to play the Connecticut Sun again, which people are saying they have a hard schedule, which they're in the East. So unfortunately, their schedule is it's going to be hard.
It is what it is.
They'll get better once the season gets going. I have no doubt of that. But playing against the Aces is always going to be, just like the last game they had in New York, the Liberty, the energy, all that going on.
Yeah.
Is really going to, I think, play a part in that game. So I expect a lot of fireworks from that. You want to give a prediction?
For the Indiana game? Mm-hmm. As far as like what you
expect to see?
Oh, I thought you were going to say total.
Not the score, just what you expect to see.
No, I think we got Caitlin against Kate,
Battle of the besties.
And then Aaliyah and
Battle
Asia,
of the besties.
Back to South Carolina. So,
alma mater. Yeah. South Carolina, Iowa.
Yeah, so we got a cool little storyline going on and seeing, but
should be a good one.
It should be a good one. I'm okay. So now Caitlin has played a few games. I'm expecting her to start to get more of the flow. Cause like Ricky's always saying in the NBA, the game feels so fast in the beginning, and then maybe towards the end, and that second year, it's like, oh, the game slowed down. So right now, the game probably seems really fast for her, but I'm expecting her to kind of get in her groove a little bit more as the games go on and the season progresses. So
for the culture,
for the
that's
culture.
Going to be a game for the culture. So make sure if you're going to go, look out for us. We're going to have we're coming up with our own exclusive poster cards for you to collect, and you'll just like this one right here. So be there. We'll have about 50 to give out. So you catch us, we'll shoot you one, and then that way, if you get to the game early, you can maybe get an autograph from some players to have sign it. So that is it for this episode. Thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe. Share with a friend.
With a friend's friend.
Hit the bell notification so that you're getting notified for all of these podcasts that are airing. And once again, I'm Tony Tig. This is my sister,
Julissa.
And we are Aces After Dark, the People's Podcast. And we out.
Side to side, the Aces wave do it side to side, the Aces wave do it side to side. The stakes get higher, best believe we gon' ride out. The Aces wave do it side to side, the Aces wave do it side to side, the Aces wave do it side to side. The stakes get higher, best